Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for coming. We are kicking off a new year of practice for us. First of all, we want you to know that our Korean visitors are leaving us. So like you leaving next week, right? Yes? Okay. So they've been here for over a month or so, many of them, and they're leaving us. They go back to their regular life, to real life. It's fun to have them. So your last chance to say goodbye and say your well wishes to them. And thank you all in particular for being kind to them. They came here and they work hard, and someone will improve and so forth. Someone will planted the seeds for future improvements. So I'm very pleased that they chose to come here and practice with us. And part of the process is that they're learning about our relics exhibit, and they plan to have one themselves in Korea. And around, what is it? I don't know, beginning of April, something like that, right, Vicky? Vicky is going to Korea herself to help with the training them how to do it. Yes, number 2.
Yes, Master, I think it's April 1st through 9th, I believe.
Well, I think they're doing about 9 days or something. 2 weekends. And so anything they like to say to us before they leave? Korean visitors? No? I find that they don't clean as much as they used to. And when they first came, they're always cleaning. Now they're just as lazy as we are. I don't know. Maybe someone else will clean it. Anyway, and also part of relics exhibit was we have this whisk thing. We whisk people with it, okay, to help them eradicate their karmic obstructions and plant blessings, create more blessings. And the one thing I asked every single person that wanted to be whisked. Whisked is the English word we use for the fu chen. It's a whisking. And that's one of our 4 two hands and eyes practice, tantric practices. That's a weapon we use, tool we use to help people. So one of the things I do on that is it seems to be real popular with people. And many people just came once a year just for that. And they don't care for anything else. They would come and they get whisked. And so I asked them, what did you wish for the new year? Okay? And you know what is the majority of the question, what of the answers were? Any guess? What do you think that's important to people when you ask them, what did you want for this year? What did you wish for the new year? What's important to you? What do you think? Yes, Andres. 7.
Probably money and health, probably.
Money and health? No, you can only have one wish. You cannot have two. We ration it out nowadays. Yeah? What do you think? Yeah? One. Only. One wish. Yeah, 7.
Oh, you said most people wish for their wish. It's either money or they wish for health. This is what I'd expect.
I just told you we only have one wish. You cannot have two. You have a hard of hearing too? Yes, 8.
Master, I thought the answer was typically to improve cultivation.
Cultivation? You're so boring. Yes, Brady, what do you think they wish? People wish. 9.
I would say the same as Malcolm, Master. To improve,
Ranka?
to progress, to receive wisdom in place of stupid ego.
Oh, God, you guys are too Buddhist. I can't stand this. Can't you be normal? Yes, 2.
Well, I wished for good health for my family.
Good health, your family. Yes. Actually, that's a number 1 wish. The overwhelming majority of the people wish for good health for themselves and the family. And in fact, some of them even came and asked for wishing health for their loved one who could not make it. They're sick, so they couldn't come. Yes, sir. 7. Did you change your mind?
Master, that's what I said. I said either they wish for maybe it was money or maybe it was health.
I told you, young man, are you hard of hearing? Huh? You can only choose one. You cannot have 2. Yeah, and when he first came, he's like that. He the whole time, and then it went on like that for a month or 2 or 3, and then it disappeared. And then he seemed normal for a while, and then he stopped going. He said, "I'm normal now. I don't need to meditate anymore." So he stopped meditating practically. Yes? How did I know?
When was that?
He stopped meditating.
I meditated, just not as much.
Not as much. And meditated for how long, may I ask?
Maybe like 30 minutes.
30 minutes? How often, may I ask?
4 times a week.
3-4 times a week? Clearly, that's not enough. Because now when you sit there and meditate for an hour with this kind of stronger qi environment, you start it again. And all the movements, all the noises, all the coughing and all the barfing or vomiting, it's because your qi is not flowing right. That's why when you meditate, it corrects itself. So that's a natural process of fixing your own 乱气, meaning that your qi is flowing improperly, the wrong direction. That's why you have those issues. You don't get it fixed. Oh boy, I hate to see what's going to be. How old are you? 23, 24? 26. See, you're old already. Won't be much longer before you have some serious health issues. And that's the one thing that younger people nowadays are more aware of. My generation, we just abuse our bodies and take it for granted. Now the kids are smarter, young people are smarter. They look at us, they see how sick we all are. Older people are so sick. That's the one thing that you cannot avoid, is that You get older, you get sick. That's just life. However, there's one thing that also a real danger to people that now people are discovering, besides the pandemics and climate change and so forth, is actually the biggest real danger to you personally is healthcare in the U.S. It's so expensive. If you made a lot of people retired, and or young people like Jimmy, they say, I know I'm healthy, I don't care, I can handle it. But when you get older, and you have some severe illnesses, oh my God! I mean, you cannot afford to pay for it. Okay, even with the health insurance, you still have deductions. You still have limits, okay? And people experience financial perils because they don't have enough money. That's a real serious problem that the many baby boomers, my generation, are discovering. They're finding out that their savings are not enough to pay for their medical conditions, medical treatments. So they're going back to work. They can't retire anymore. And you find out, that's the one thing that people don't dare look at, don't dare talk about, is that we're getting sicker and sicker because there's so much more stress out in life. Not just stress, but also the environment is so much worse than before. I went to Korea, and the air in Korea is very, very bad. That's what you breathe in 24 hours a day. That's very, very bad air. The pollution came courtesy of China. China, do industrial things, and they pollute the air, and the air blows into Korea. Okay, and that's just fact of life. You have pandemics, you have viruses, you have all these illnesses going around. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. What are you doing about it? The only thing that's real you can do for yourself is to meditate every day, to cleanse your body. It's a necessity. It's not a luxury anymore. 10, 15 years ago, when I first started teaching Chan, I told them, this is the ultimate luxury, because when you meditate, it feels so wonderful, so blissful, so nice. But nowadays, I'm seeing that after teaching all of you and learning so much more from all the people who came to our classes, they came in to learn from us, and I realized that you're all so sick. I'm sorry to put it this way. You are sickos. We have so many problems, so many illnesses. So do I. We all have so many illnesses. And by the time that our body breaks down, you need to go see a doctor, it's probably too late. That's why they only can cut it off. That's it. Whereas if you give yourself more time and meditate every day, you're cleansing yourself. You're fixing yourself naturally, like the young man did. 30 minutes is not enough, my friend. You must do it every day. And if this man here, had he taught his daughter when she was younger and impress upon her on the necessity of meditation, her depression will be a lot more manageable. This is a responsibility for parents, by the way. You need to guide your children properly. You need to show them the way. Because my parents did not. So I wasted half of my life suffering unnecessarily. Okay? It's terrible that we only pay attention to feeding our children. But we don't really know how to guide them properly. So that when they get to be 26 years old, they have some issues, they don't know they're supposed to, they don't know what to do with it. And they ignore it, actually. They say, I don't know, I can handle it. It's no big deal. I'm young. Cool. Chan meditation is necessary for you. Trust me. You don't meditate every day for an hour, you will be sorry. Because if you do that and you practice meditation with the way, the style we teach you, with the objective of improving and get better and better, that's how you become healthier and healthier. Okay? Any questions or comments? Okay. The Chan meditation we teach you is not simply just sitting there. Sitting there is simply an expedient to train you, to test you, and to teach you about patience, teach you and help you build up your endurance. Okay? Therefore, it's supposed to be challenging for you. It's not supposed to be easy. Okay? And that's why I'm very grateful for the many of you who stuck around, who toughed it out, and for the last 15, 16 years. Some of you are old, like the old monk there at the Gold Forest. He's been with us for 10 years now. And in spite of a triple heart bypass, he's still alive and kicking, and he's still working hard every day. And how's that? His relatives have, his whole family has heart issues. And the oldest relative he has, the longest living relative, was at the age of 74. Most of them died at the age of 60s. Now the old monk is 78 already. It looks like he can be around for another 5-10 years. That's Chan meditation. Okay? Meditation makes you healthier. Not just healthier physically, but also give you wisdom. You can learn to do the right things, and you can become a better person. That's the secret of happiness. You see, regular people, ordinary people think of happiness as in terms of material things. It's about They think happiness is measured by money. So they want more money. So they look at the wealthier people than we are. Are they happy? No, they're not. Most of them are alcoholics. They can't take the stress. They can't take the loneliness of being rich and not being to trust anyone or be close to anyone. So you see, money, I work for many rich people. I saw how unhappy they were. I said, I don't want to be like this. That's the wrong path. It's the wrong end goal for me. Yeah. And then what do people think of in terms of happiness? They think happiness is love. Oh, good Lord. In our country, most people are divorced. Yes? 50% of people are divorced. So, meaning that they couldn't find love. And the other 50% are still married, are very unhappy. Except for some. Okay. Yes, Sister Victorina, what do you have to say for yourself? Are you happy or unhappy? She's still married, by the way.
It's pretty crazy because honestly, I don't think I might not have stayed married unless I found Chan meditation.
It's so true. When she first came to Lu Mountain Temple, how was it? When was it? Like 12 years ago?
Yeah, it's almost that, Master.
Yeah, 12 years ago. And she asked to talk to me. And she sat down in a room, with me. And as soon as she sat down, she started crying. I said, wait. I'm not prepared for you. I don't have any Kleenex.
It was pretty funny. You were searching through your bag.
Yeah, I was.
He went through his whole bag and found this small little
from Taiwan.
cellophane.
Yeah, they gave
Luckily,
me 10 years ago. Sorry.
It was good, though. Thank you.
But I learned from that. Now, everywhere I go, I have Kleenex boxes. They have a way of making women cry when they talk to me.
But
some
truthfully,
reason.
Master, I really did wonder. I mean, I had a problem at work.
Yes.
But the other issue was I didn't know how I was going to stay married. It just seemed so difficult. And why am I trying? It's just like, I had no skills.
No skills? Your mom never taught you?
To realistically stay married to somebody is really difficult.
Very difficult. It's
Would you believe
a
it?
lot
Master?
more hard work than people realize. It's much easier to get divorced.
Would you believe, Master, that you taught me how to stay married?
I did?
You taught me.
You shouldn't have listened to me. I'm a one-time loser. I divorced my ex as well. What do I know?
Well, maybe through becoming a monk and cultivating so well that you taught me a really big, major tool in my marriage that I use all the time.
And which was that tool? Wait. You probably know something I don't.
No. You even gave me the words to say.
Really, I did.
You did.
Okay, what did I tell you? Hey, you married people, pay attention.
Honey, I was wrong.
I said that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Accept the blame.
It's easier to advise people than to do it yourself.
But it worked.
I never said I was wrong. Did I ever say I was wrong? The last 15 years? Never, right? Maybe once. When I was not feeling well. Yeah, go ahead. Let me have it. 4.
Master, I think you said sorry once, but then you didn't explain why until many years later in lecture. You said apologize. It's not necessarily you're apologizing, but you're apologizing because they're so afflicted.
It sounds so manipulative. Yes? Master manipulator. Yes, too. So
Okay,
he said,
so
I was wrong. And that helped? Really? It worked? Wow.
yes, because,
Men are so gullible, aren't they?
well, you were teaching us how to say, to accept the blame, to take the loss. Take the loss. That was the theme. And it took me more than a month to try it out. And I had many chances because we would always get into some kind of argument. And then once, it's like a wheel that starts, and then once the wheel starts, it's hard to stop.
Wow.
And people get angry, and then he says this, and I say this.
How interesting. It's
And then-
called what? Hang on. Well, what is that called? Those of you who have been through a relationship, what is that called? Huh? It's called escalation. When you get into a fight, we escalate. We don't back down. Okay? And that's why it gets worse and worse and worse. We become more resentful. Yes.
But then I thought, okay, here's my chance. Maybe I could just try this. So an issue comes up, as they do, and here we go. We're starting our pattern, right? And then I just decided to switch it, and I just said, okay, honey, you're right. I'm wrong. It's my mistake.
It sounds so insincere.
But
If I were him, I would not have believed you.
it was,
I say, what are you up to now? It doesn't sound like you.
oh, but this is what happened. As soon as I did that, he couldn't say the next part because it's like,
He
it's
was
like,
shocked. He said, "Oh."
yeah, he was just shocked. And then he said, no, it was my fault.
Wow. Men are like that. We can be generous.
It was, it was great. It came out of his mouth.
Wow.
I was like, hey, I got to try this more often.
He does love you.
Yeah.
So he fought you out of love. We men do that often. Yes, 4. We have some YouTube comments here. Yes.
From Ray J. Master, does it count if I sit in full lotus every day for at least an hour while doing work?
Excellent. Yeah. And he's finding out actually doing that increases his stamina. He can work longer and faster and better. Anyone else? Yes. Yes, the Mr.
Master, I really appreciate your instructions. I told you last time I saw you that the advice of you just have to endure the pain, it clicked for me. I think this year, and I think I had a problem not like running away from doing hard things and pain, running away from pain.
And there's a word for it.
Being a scaredy cat.
No. Weak.
Being weak, yeah. I was weak. I know,
You're weak. Men are weak.
Yeah.
You're a typical man.
It's true. I think
Because we're not used to having to endure pain and suffering. That's women. We marry them so they can endure it for us.
Well, I think a lot of people these days, it's really easy to get distracted and run away from the problems. I think.
Actually, I talked to a lady recently, and she said, I love men. I say, why? He says, because my men are so weak. So I said, you love boys. You don't love men? Men are not supposed to be weak, young man.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of starting to realize that, and it's just I wanted to be comfortable, and I think comfort is really overrated. It's really overrated because I want to be strong now, And I really appreciate your instructions because they really helped me, and it's continue to help me.
Okay, sit longer, don't talk so much. Every day. Okay? And this is your problem. Is not just the problem you have, like many young men like in your generation, is you're weak. Your parents didn't prepare you properly. The parents indulge too much. When you indulge children, they become weak. You should not be overprotective. Let them suffer and don't even help. It's just like my disciples. They come and say, Master, make sure I have no obstructions. You say, what? How can you cultivate without any obstructions? How can children learn unless they are in trouble? Unless they struggle. Don't be overprotective. That's so wrong. I let them suffer. I even taught my disciples to slap people with the back of the hand, not with the soft side. Make them suffer more. Okay? You're weak because your parents adore you. They are overprotective of you. They say, my life is hard, I work hard so that my children don't have to suffer. I'm just of the opposite persuasion. I feel my children, my disciples must suffer more than I do. Collectively. See? Hey, look at him. He's weird. Because his parents is too soft on him. If I were his parents, I would slap him too. Okay? And that's a problem. You're handsome, you're big, but you're weak inside. It's disgusting. I mean, men like that should be called girls. Sorry, I'm prejudiced. So what can I say? And so you know your weaknesses. All you have to do is endure more suffering. That's an antidote to it. You make children endure suffering. That's how they become stronger and stronger and stronger. Incrementally, don't break them, okay? Yes, weak one.
Well, yeah, that's what I've been doing recently, is creating more, doing a lot more hard things. And when I would want to quit, as I would have quit before, I keep going, because it's not even about making progress. It's about me being able to handle and endure more suffering. It totally changed my mind when I realized it's not about even making progress in my life with work or even meditation or anything else like that. It's just the mindset of I want to be able to handle more pain, because this year I decided I wanted to be able to be more calm under pressure, because I would have times where I'd get really, really, really stressed out. But I didn't want to do that anymore. So this is really like the antidote to that.
It's a good goal. However, we taught you already. You just didn't get it. You hang in there. You follow the instructions. We told you to meditate an hour every day. Did you? You did not. You kept on saying, I don't know, maybe half an hour is enough for me. We help you. We set up the conditions for you to get more out of your Chan practice, which means that you get more out of life, your own life. And you make the mistake, like many people, and it's lucky that you have blessings, that's why you didn't drop out. Many people drop out because they don't do what they're told, and they say, the Chan doesn't work for me. Chan works as long as you follow the instructions. Instructions are meant to be hard for you to do. If the instructions, the way we train is not like a typical thing, where like your parents, they say, you do this, but don't, if it's too hard, just quit. Don't overdo it for us. We tell you, we give you instructions to do things that are difficult for you, things that are challenging for you. That's how you improve. You improve because you do something that's difficult, not because it's easy for you. If it's easy, then you will not improve. That's the secret. Okay, I've been teaching it long enough to understand now. I understand more and more because I run into so many of you from different backgrounds, different interests, and I begin to understand what it takes to help people. And they're so interesting nowadays, personally, for me, because you're so many of you now who are at different levels, from very low to very high. And so I'm learning so much more from you, from different angles, from different levels. It's fascinating. Yeah. It's so interesting. You guys are also weird. Yes, 4.
From Chun, when we get plaques for ourselves and our family, do we remove opportunities for them to go through sufferings that are good for them?
What's the question again?
When we request plaques for ourselves and our family, do we remove opportunities for them to go through sufferings that are good for them?
Not at all. Actually, plaques primarily are blessings. Meaning that when you create blessings, we tell you, create blessings, plant blessings. And this is what people do. They say, okay, so let me go out and plant blessings. They go and build a hospital or help an old lady cross the street and so forth, do charity work, okay? And that's how you practice giving. We all have to do that. But also the plaques is another Chinese Dharma where you asked the Sangha to generate blessings on your behalf. So you more or less you ask the professionals to generate blessings for you. So it's actually pretty effective. In fact, as a matter of fact, the young man there, the weak one, from now on he'll be known as W1. We have Spy 1, and now we have W1. Okay? In fact, the one thing that actually I expected him to drop out, because he's unstable. He has many issues on top of being weak. And his parents they really baby him. Don't they? They're kind of afraid to make you suffer. Yes? What's wrong with his parents? Anyway, and that's why he's so weak. And so So he's going to do things, he's used doing things his way. He's going to do things when he likes it. He doesn't like it, he doesn't do it. He doesn't have to. And so I expected him to drop out because our instruction is too hard for him to follow consistently. But for some reason, he didn't drop out because he has blessings. Medicine master blessings. That's why I observed in the last 16 years, some people are supposed to drop out. For example, the one in the back there has depression. He's bipolar. Okay? He listens to no one. And when he's in those moods, he's untouchable. Okay? And he keeps on running away from one problem to the next. That's what these people do. Bipolar people, they run away. They cannot help themselves. It's too much suffering. They have to run away. They run away. Okay? So I expected him to run away and disappear. And he did. He ran away a few times. Finally, he said, the heck with this. I can't take this anymore. Master is probably the meanest person on earth. So, he's so unfair to me. And so he, who is a novice, he returned to lay life. Okay? I look at him and say, okay, goodbye forever. But he came back. And now he's where are you now? Second stage Arhat? Huh? Now he has wisdom. Think about it. And now he's more Buddhist than most of my monks and nuns. My monks and nuns are spoiled. Yeah, they are. They now figured me out so they can get around, when I ask you to do something difficult, they have so many excuses not to do it. Or they whine, it is so difficult, why? Only Soju hasn't figured me out yet. That's why he said, let me give it. I do it for you, Master. Give her time. Eventually she'll learn from the other, all the bad habits. And the same thing. And there was a young man back there. I expect him to disappear forever. And he came back. Stronger, and he's growing stronger and stronger. He complains, he whines. This is so much work. I thought I helped with translation, but they keep on dumping things on me. I'm going to quit. Okay, so that's why the one thing. Since we gapping anyway today, there's nothing important to talk about. The one thing that I noticed you have all been improving so quickly is because, and so many of you, it's because, you know what? You know, would you like to know a secret? Huh? I haven't told anyone yet. Why do you think so many of you have been improving? Virtually all of you, consistently. Why is that? This past year, we have enlightened people, lay people, enlightened people, platform people, enlightened people. We don't discriminate whether it's Vietnamese, Korean, Chinese, black, white. It doesn't matter to us. As long as you have the Buddha nature, you can become enlightened. So why discriminate? Why it has to be a woman versus men? Men are weak. Okay, so this is harder for them. It's true. Okay. But still possible. Okay. So why is it you many of you have been improving. Now hardship is not a big deal anymore, and people are now becoming enlightened. I expect them to get higher and higher and higher. Why is that? And whereas the Chinese side, I call them Chinese side now. I don't want to mention the names even. The Chinese side of our Wei-Yang lineage. Our Wei-Yang is American, guys. It's no going back, okay? We're never going back to Chinese style. Never. Okay, why is that? And Chinese style? Yuck. Yes, 8. Why is that?
Master, it's the Buddhist technology. You know, the
Technology. You're right. Videotapes, expensive cameras I cannot afford. Okay. Expensive internet equipment. Good Lord. All they want is state-of-the-art technology, because in 10 years, they become obsolete anyway. Okay. What else? Laptops galore. I used to buy used computer equipment for myself. Yes, 2.
Yeah, I think Master wants to retire earlier, so Master doing something to us. No?
You mean that you're scared that you better hurry up before I retire? That's part of it. Very good. What else? Yes, Lyle. 5. Why is that? Why are you improving so quickly too? In some cases, yes.
Is it because the Buddha is expecting us to do more work?
Buddha is expecting us to do more work. Don't remind me. I hate it. I hate it. I remember when I was younger, my master, I told myself, if had Master Shoa asked me, would you like to be a patriarch? My answer would be, no, thanks. I find patriarchs boring. Okay? So, if he asked me to become a patriarch, I have said I would have quit. I said, no. If that's where you see me going, I ain't going there. It's not me. Okay? I have no interest whatsoever. 0 interest. It's very clear in my mind. And then I was very comfortable at Lu Mountain Temple. Yes. 2.
Master, is it because the relics came?
Yeah. Relics came, the Buddha came. Relics of the Buddha, I don't know, you heard of it. Relics is the same as the Buddha. You see relics like the same seeing of Buddhas. Wait, I should have thought of that. Maybe I should ask Buddhas for more temples, more money. And the Buddha and the relics came, and he saved my skin. So okay, I'm very grateful. Okay, I don't have to suffer for 10 years. I only have to suffer for 3 years. Okay, and then for 3 years, the Buddha was quiet. And one day I was meditating. And said, "Why is he still here? By the way," because the old monk says, when you're a bad person, relics fly off by themselves. The Buddha's relics are very picky. They don't just go anywhere. They just, if you don't deserve it, they just disappear. Right, old monk? So after 3 years, I said, why are they still here? I declared already, anyone who says, I'm better qualified for you than you to take care of relics, I have much better facilities, I say, please take them. And no one came. Yes, old monk. Is that true? Relics fly off by themselves. They disappear.
A Di Đà Phật, con báo cho thầy với đại chúng một cái tin mừng.
Hey. Oh no.
Là cái xá lợi lớn của con mà cái ngôi Sivali đó là của sư bà thầy của con cho con. Nên con chỉ cho ở dưới đó mượn thôi chứ không có cho được. Thành ra con mới nhắn ở bên Việt Nam là tìm cho con một ngôi khác để con cúng dường cho ở dưới Way Mountain. Thì khi anh Tuấn anh vừa bác xong thì báo cho con biết là xong hết sửa soạn gửi thầy đem đi. Thì bên Việt Nam mà cái chùa của sư bà Pháp Đạt là ông thầy chủ trì là bạn với con, ông báo là tự nhiên sanh một ngôi to bằng trái cam luôn trên cái y của ổng để trên bàn á, với rồi ổng cất, lấy ổng cất. Ngày hôm sau sanh ra 2 ngôi nữa bằng trái tắc luôn. Thì một cái điểm kỳ diệu rồi thì hôm qua con biểu em con lên kiếm lên cô Trúc hỏi, thì cổ cho một ngôi khác lớn hơn cái ngôi của dưới đó mà cổ không lấy tiền. Thì bữa nay nó sinh ra xá lợi não rất là nhiều ở trên cái xá lợi đó. Màu tím có, màu trắng, màu đỏ có. Sanh xá lợi não lần đầu tiên mà Sivali hiện ra từ trong chân không. Rồi cái thứ hai nữa là Sivali mà hiện xá lợi não ở trong mấy cái kẽ của cái xá lợi Sivali chưa bao giờ có như vậy.
Wow.
Thì kỳ này tháng 4 con đi theo thầy thì có thể con bay một chuyến về con bưng qua chứ không có gửi bưu điện nữa. Tại vì Mỹ nó tưởng là cái đó là cái coral, đó là cái san hô nó đập để nó kiểm, thì cái đó Liên Hiệp Quốc cấm vận chuyển cái san hô. Trên chuyến này con phải đi một chuyến ngắn về con bưng qua chứ cũng không có gửi ai hết.
Emitofuo, I would like to make a announcement. It is great news. Is that the relics, my big Savali relics that the old bhikshunis in Vietnam give it to me. It is
That one, the Bhikshuni is a 4-stage Arhat.
So it was a gift for me. Therefore, I only lent it out to our Way Mountain temple. And that's why I texted the people in Vietnam to find me a relic to make offering before getting everything ready. So the Vietnamese side, Sư Bà Pháp Đạt, all of a sudden give birth, appear one big Savali relic about the size of an orange. And then the next day, on the sash of the abbot of the temple in Vietnam, that monk, on his sash appeared 2 more relics. It's about the size of a kumquat. And then I went to Cô Trúc and asked for the relics, and she offered us a bigger relics without asking for any money. And then within that relics, it's appear the praying Sharira with purple color and many different colors. And this is the first time that the Savali relics appear in the mid-air, and inside of those cracks between is appear more relics. That had never happened before. So therefore, this time when I go in April, I follow with Master to the relics exhibit in Korea. I would ask for permission to go back to Vietnam to personally bring this relic back to America, because I don't want the custom. They would think of this as coral and break it down. So I would personally bring that myself without asking anybody else to bring it.
Well, that's great news. Thank you. Now we have to work harder. Oh, Lord. So that's the thing. And we need to wrap it up. Time is up. The reason that you're improving is because we're doing more good. We improve because there's a need for you to improve. There's a need for you to contribute more. Because I am not. Okay? Remember I refused to do the patriarch's work, so So you guys found in your heart to say, I want to do more because I got so much out of it. And that's kudos to all of you. You improve because you open your heart, folks. That's a secret sauce, that you open your heart and say, I want to share these good things here with others. Okay? Because I got so much out of it. And your gratitude and your kindness is what's helping you improve. That's a magic. That's why we can goof off. We can, but you do the right things, you help others, you continue to improve. Is that clear? So we have opportunities to help others improve. Okay? Because you want to. And there's two classes of you. One who are not enlightened, and the ones who are not enlightened, and the ones who are enlightened. The one that I declare to be enlightened, you should pay attention, because once you become enlightened, I expect you to begin to learn how to teach others. Okay? You need to pay attention to how I teach others, because I have a lot of experience teaching others that will save you a lot of time on how to do it by watching me. Because my master never taught me. He just only told me to go teach. He never showed me how. So I had to figure it out myself. Okay? So pay attention to that, because after you become enlightened, for you to continue to improve, you have to learn how to teach others. All right? Eventually. Okay, enough gabbing today. Thank you all for coming. Let's go have lunch.